All right, so I want to add a little bit more to my previous video as far as like these new templates I'm using, and as far as you know, these female friends I've had for a long time, known them for, some of them I've already been at least almost 10 years. And so number one that has Mari, Rhea, Angel, who else is in there? Bart, Jory, Lovely Mel, they're all in that same age group. And the other one with Kriza, Christine, Kirill, Alyssa, Mary Jane are in the same age group. But you know, there's a reason why I'm doing this. I know that most of these friends have become ex-close friends, right? Or close friends that I've had have now become ex-close friends. They're my ex-close friend memorial wall. As far as you know, the end of our friend sorry, I don't want to be too harsh here. As far as like friendship memories, you know, as these friendships have already parted ways, you know what I'm saying? Friendship parting ways, yeah. Sounds better to me. But you know, I'll just say end of our friendships, because who knows if some of these guys are ever going to see my videos. I don't know if they'll ever come across, and especially since I'm using these as new templates, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I'm doing this because, you know, even though a majority of these friends have parted ways with me, parted ways from me as far as our friendships are concerned, I have to thank them for being around. These ladies, these friends have played a significant role in my life, all of them. That's why they're in this banner. And I know I want to fit some other ones too, like Cheska, and there's about several others, but I'm only picking several to fit the banner. And these ladies are the ones that, you know, these friends are the ones that stood out to me the most, because, you know, they both, like, my closeness with these friends is very was very, very strong. And you know, just we've had a lot of conversations together, and you know, I just feel like that closeness is just, you know, it's just very strong in a spiritual and emotional way that, you know, it's like, man, you know, I'm just so glad I have these friends who are so close, like they are just in my heart, and you know, it's like I can never let them go, because they definitely made me feel like feel at home. And remember, when I was in school, and even when I was in Cypress College, where I was earlier, I never had enough close female friends, right? And so I remembered, what was it? Yeah, I remember meeting some girls in Cypress College, and you know, one of them was my classmate in Reza. We had ESL class, was it ESL 186, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, we had that class. I was in my first semester, and she was only a couple years younger than me, because I was 18, she was 16. So right now, she's, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's 36. So yeah, I remember we had a closeness in our friendship, but then it faded, right? I think she, yeah, I still see her around on campus, but we don't have any more classes after that. And she was with, I don't know, yeah, she was like with a group of her friends, and you know, and I think, I don't know, she already had a boyfriend already at the time. Probably not, I don't know. But yeah, so, yeah, I've seen a lot of, like, on the campus, I've seen a lot of groups of Filipino groups. Like even in like in study groups, or just groups or just chilling or on the campus or just anywhere, right? And it just makes me look back on my friendships with these girls, and and they're all Filipino, by the way, in both banners, and they all speak Filipino, Tagalog. Yeah, I keep saying Filipino. I know it's Tagalog. There's some who speak Judy Lynn, who's another ex-close friend of mine, really close friend, very caring. Waray. That's one of her languages. She lived, I forgot where she lived. Samar. Yeah. And then who else? Kriza can speak Ilocano, yeah. So that's another language that she can speak. Mari, obviously she can speak Cebuano, also known as Visaya, however you pronounce that. But she can also speak Tagalog. So yeah, I mean, and Sam was not in any of these banners, and she's also a very close friend of mine. She's only about 3 years younger than me, if I'm not mistaken. She speaks Kapampangan, and she taught me some words, and we had a very close friendship. And she is one of my best friends, so I learned a whole lot from her. And I'm literally talking every single day. Just so it's like that sisterhood, best friend. We have that emotional friendship attachment. Like on an emotional level, spiritual level. Like it's the same with me and Mari. But yeah, Angelique was another one I've really connected my friendship with very closely on an emotional level and a spiritual level. So, but anyways, as I look back on some of these friendships, I know I have in the later years, as I've continued being friends with them, I know it was difficult for some of them, including Rhea, Angel, Kriza, Christine, even Mari and Park Jory, and Lovely Mel, for them to see me unexpectedly just out of character. They would never have seen me like this, and and after the last few years, they just finally had enough of me, and it got to a point where they think that I'm just, not a good friend, or I'm just not their I'm not their type anymore, as far as what a real friend is. I know I've done all of them wrong, okay? That's not even a question. So now, for some of them that who have parted ways with me, some of them actually do want to reconnect, like Lovely Mel. I don't know about Angel. It almost seems like we're not really done. She gets really annoyed that that I don't listen, and I'm always stubborn and this and that. Always talk about Mike, and you know what I'm saying? And also, Joanne, not officially done with me, right? But look, as I look back at some of these friendships, I have to appreciate the time I've had with them. It makes me really appreciate having these friends, and even though I met them all online and on Facebook, through these Popster groups, on the pages, on the GCs, I have to thank them. Because they definitely played a role. So it's not like we were only friends for a little bit. No, I've been friends with most of these ladies for what, some of them are almost going to be 10 years right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it makes me feel more thankful to have them. Honestly, I really do miss them. And deep in my heart, I really did miss them. I was in the campus earlier, and I really thought about them like that, because I missed them so much that that it's just, it makes me really want to get them back. But I know some of them will never come back, and it's just the reality that they just cannot stand me anymore. But who knows? Like I said, when my time comes about, and as far as like finding a new job, I mean, then for sure, then I mean, maybe I'll get some of these people back. It's not guaranteed, but we'll just see. I mean, because like I said, I just want to, I'm gonna be using these banners as I go, and although I'm not on social media at this time, at least I can say, like, looking back, I really did cherish our friendships. I never wanted to, like, as far as like being distracted all the time, I know how much they were so caring for me that, I didn't want them to look at me like I'm, I didn't want them to look like to think that I stopped caring for them. Of course, they all cared for me. It's just that, even with the times changing, I know some of them were still around, and like Ivanka, Marielle, especially Angel, still Rhea, and so, I just wish I could have been a better friend, even coming back from that year and a half from Facebook. But it is what it is at this point. I know what I gotta focus on. So for the most part, I'm not really gonna, dwell on what I've lost, and it's just, the reality right now is I gotta keep doing what I'm doing. So that way, when I do have better surroundings in the future, then only time will tell when I get some of these friends back. But until then, they're gonna serve as memories as far as our friendships are concerned. So, in the end, so I say thank you, and I will be using these banners already. Not in this one though. I'm still using the current one. So in the end, I'll just maybe the next video I'll start using both of them in a rotation. All right, take care, y'all.